when you're ready to set up your Aweber, which really should be happening in the first 24 to 48 hours max. Click here. Let me give you a little sneak peek of what you'll see here. So you can actually just skip this first video if you've already got it set up. Part two then would be creating your list and connecting it to your Empower network. And this, like he says, it is not optional. This must be done right away. Before you do any kind of advertising, any kind of, don't do a blog, don't do anything before you do this. And then importing and personalizing the pre-written messages. I'm going to give you a recommendation here. When I set this up, this what I'm about to say may not make sense to you until you've actually done this, until you've actually gotten to this point. But the follow-up letters that you guys get from me or you get from your sponsor, those are built in largely. You have two options here. You have Tony's personal letters, which is what I use myself. And then you have the 82 message series, which is like 6 months probably worth of built-in follow-up, written by several different leaders. So you'll have to make a choice here. Which one you're going to use? I started with the 82 message series because, as you'll see in this video, it only takes you 2 minutes. Not even. You don't have to think about it at all. You set it up and you can go on to other things, and you have pretty good messages. And I'm only saying it that way because a lot of it's dated. A lot of it was written 6, 8, 10 months ago, and it talks about Empower Network having run almost $2 million, group wide. Well, the real number is something closer to 20 million now. Everything has changed so dramatically. We've had new products and lots of improvements across the board. So once I got into this 82 message series, I realized a lot of it's out of date. So rather than taking time to work on updating this entire message stream, I went back into my Aweber account, imported Tony's letters, and personalized those. It's more work. I'll warn you up front. This will take you 2, maybe 3 hours. But I think it's well worth it. Keep in mind, your cash flow will come as you begin to communicate with your opt-ins. Tony's letters that you adapt for your own use is you communicating with your list. The better you communicate with your list, the more lucrative this will all be. Okay, so I think that should be pretty clear. So let me give you a quick preview of a couple other things here. Some of you have asked me about marketing. Tony's got a list here. I'm going to run through this real fast. Buy CPC traffic is absolutely my favorite. This is still accurate, what he says here. He buys 80% of his traffic from these guys. He buys the platinum package. That's literally $2,000 package. I know some of you aren't in a place in your business where you're not reinvesting 20% of your profits, 20% equaling $2,000. Safe swaps, I haven't touched. You can explore that if you'd like. Tony recommends it, obviously. Adline Pro, I've heard good things about. Email Hog, I will tell you, I did do this. It is stale. Don't touch Email Hog. I emailed Tony. He's gonna update this. Tribe Pro, haven't touched yet. AdFly, I'm experimenting with right now. You can do what Tony says in the AdFly if you have a little extra time. What I've seen so far is inconclusive. I've got a good number of opt-ins, but I'm not sure of the quality. It's just like he says here, do not use this as your primary source of marketing. So come here later. Don't even look at this if you're new. Come here later. Give yourself a couple weeks to get going on some other stuff. Classified Ad Central, this needs to be freshened up. This is stale. I spent a few $100 here and literally got nothing. I mean, literally nothing. Total waste of time and money. So don't touch Classified Ad Central. Past calls and webinars, you'll have access to this too. Really good stuff. I haven't been through all this, but some of it is really amazing, like this, particularly how to earn 90K in 90 days. Gotta watch this when you have time, maybe later this week or next week. Really good stuff. If you like Tony's style, you will love this video. Okay, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Maybe I shouldn't do this, I'm not sure. At the 15K. If you haven't bought the 15K product yet, I'm going to give you another reason why you got to do this. This alone, right here, this personal swipe library, what this is, you can read it here. read that. But this is Tony. This gives you one-click access to every message Tony has ever sent to his Empower list, every single one. It is pages, and I think it's like 15 pages of emails. And you just click on a subject line, and the message opens up, and you can swipe it, copy it, or basically copy it. You can tweak it for your own use. Probably 80% of my communication with you guys, as you have come through the sales funnel process, really is me swiping Tony's proven copy. This alone has made me thousands and thousands of dollars in the last 30 days. So another compelling reason. Other really good stuff here. This copywriting class that he did, I've gone through twice. Really amazing. I mean, really added to my abilities here. So tons and tons of good stuff. All right, so here's Tony, or here's our Extreme Team Facebook page. This is a private group, private page. You can see there are coming up on 800 of us in this group. It's a really valuable resource. If you are not on Facebook, if you've been avoiding getting on Facebook like I did for a long time, you got to get on here. This alone is a good enough reason. Plus, the bottom line is Facebook is a big tool. You will make money on Facebook if you follow the course. So a couple things I want to show you here. The header. I ignored the header. I don't know why. I didn't even read this for probably a week. Read this. Take time to read this when you get added to the page. Take time to go through it. Pay attention to each line. No complaining, no whining. If you want help, ask specific questions. I'm guilty of blowing right past this header, asking a dumb question that's covered in a video that I had access to, only to be told you need to ask a more specific question. So it happens. Before asking technical questions, here's another one. The support knowledge base is very good. Odds are very high that the question you have has already been answered 1,000 times. Here's the address for the team training site, so if you missed that somehow, you get it there. I want to show you a couple things now that are tools that you got as included in the Facebook page. Okay, files. See this here? You can click on these. I didn't even know this. I had no idea you could do this on Facebook until recently. Learning a lot here. I was really bad on the internet until this. So a lot of good resources. I would take some time to read some of these things Tony has written. I believe there's here's a read this first, do this first. It just takes a couple minutes. If you've had issues being a wussy, you might want to glance at this. The letter for unpaid members is here. Grab that, put that in your drafts folder, and use it just like you use the letter for new paid members. Okay, so that's where I got that content. You get that here. So a lot of good stuff. Just know that this exists, and you can get a lot of value there.